Welcome ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to check out the 1-bar stamina sorcerer build. 1-bar builds have become insanely strong because of one of the new mythic items. I do have a full written guide on ESO-up.com. I will put the link in the description. If you're on the page, I would also appreciate if you actually like the build. That would help a lot. You can find everything here, best in slot and even a beginner setup. It's all here. Some of the sets are tricky to get, so I made basically a beginner setup. Oakensoul ring is the juicy piece. You will have to farm leads. You will find them on the page here too. Usually by the time this goes live, we have everything. And yeah, everything you need to know, buff food, potions, the passives. I also added screenshots of the character, Parse, it's all here. And I even wrote a small guide for it. Link in the description. Let's quickly go over the basics. The Thief Mundu Stone. Buff food, you can use lava food, soup and salteries. It's my favorite one because it gives a lot of max stem and stamina recovery. You could also use Arteum Takeaway or Dubious Cameron Throne if you want a little bit extra health. Potions, just use the cheap potions, and if you have a buttload of cash, you could also use the minor heroism ones. Basically, this one gives me stamina, but it also gives me minor heroism to give ultimate even faster, but very expensive. So for most people, that's probably not good. Just use the cheap stamina potions. That's enough. Because everything else, like the ring gives us everything else we need. In terms of race, any stamina-based race is okay, but I do usually prefer Dark Elf because it gives me max stamina and weapon damage. But any stamina-based race is fine. So let's talk about the juicy ring. This thing, while equipped, you're unable to swap between your primary and backup weapon set. Great, we don't care because this is a 1-bar build. Now this mythic, you can see it's completely busted how much major and minor buffs we get. Major Berserk, Courage, Brutality, everything. Like, just to talk about the most important ones. Savagery, we get 12% extra weapon crit. We get more resistance. We get 10% increased damage. We get Major Heroism. We basically can keep up our ultimate at all times because of this. Free ultimate every 1.5 seconds on top of the normal ulti gen. That's just insane. Then we get Brutality, 20% more weapon damage. We get Major Force, 20% extra critical damage. And Courage, 430 extra weapon damage. And we also, I forgot the one, where is it? The Protection, 10% reduced damage. There's just so much buffs, it's completely busted. Enjoy it as long as it lasts, but hey. The second set, Zogwin, gives us even more critical. And also minor force, increasing critical damage again. And then Relican, you can use the perfect or imperfect version. Doesn't matter that much because the 5-piece bonus is the same. This set alone will deal like 10k damage, single target on bosses. And with the last piece, Slime Craw, 1 piece just to get a little bit extra critical. I have 6 medium, all divine, max stamina enchants. And 1 light armor. Jewelry, Bloodthirsty with weapon damage. Nirnhoned Flame Dagger. And a charged Poison Dagger. The enchantments alone do like 6-7k damage. Like you have so much free damage on this build, it's just crazy. Damsorg is just great. The right word, I guess. Once again, if you don't have the sets, there's a beginner version on the website. The green tree, champion points, it doesn't really matter. Just use whatever floats your boat. I have Steed's Blessing, Rationer, Liquid Efficiency and Treasure Hunter. The blue tree, more important. Deadly Aim, increases damage done with single target. Master at Arms, increases damage done with direct attacks. Wrathful Strikes, weapon damage extra, and then Backstabber or Fighting Finesse. If you're playing in a group, I recommend Backstabber because you will deal 10% crit damage. But if you're playing alone or you're not sure how the boss faces, then use Fighting Finesse, which gives you 8% crit damage. It's almost the same. If you want to play the safe route, just use Fighting Finesse. Of course, get all the passive perks, like grants more stamina, you get more damage mitigation here too, and more penetration, more damage. But focus on the slottables first. Fitness, Boundless Vitality for more health, Fortified, more resistance, Rejuvenation, Recovery, and Bloody Renewal for stamina. You kill an enemy. All listed on the website. I don't want to go like in depth on these here. Skills, so that's where it gets juicy. I will have a max damage and a healing setup. But first, let's check out the max damage. Crystal Weapon is your spammable. You do a light attack, Crystal Weapon, light attack, Crystal Weapon, light attack, right? You can basically spam this. That's why it's called a spammable. We also do have, so the reason why this is so good, causing your next 2 light or heavy attacks to deal an additional 500 physical damage, and it also reduces the enemy's resistance. It just deals a buttload of damage, that's what I'm trying to say. Bound Armaments, while you have this slotted, you gain 8% more stamina, and your light attacks deal 10% more damage. And when you activate it, and you attack the boss, you get these daggers above your head. When you have 4, shoot. Deals a buttload of damage. Daedric Prey. This one, it explodes after a few seconds, dealing crazy damage. But even more important, it had critted for 46k. Yeah. It also buffs your pets. The pets will deal 20% more damage. That's also nice. We do have our bird. You just keep this active and forget about it. It will deal damage on its own. The Scamp, we want to reactivate this because it has pulse damage too. And this actually deals good single target and AoE damage. And then our Storm Atronach, because of the high ultimate regeneration, we can keep this up almost all the times. Deals great single target damage, like a buttload. Now, what do you have to do if you want some healing? Just kill the Scamp and replace it with Critical Surge. And now we have enough healing for our setup. While active, dealing critical damage heals you for 3366 health. Okay. So if you play alone, you slot Critical Surge. If you play in a group and like you have a healer with you, just put the Scamp back for more damage. Let's actually check out the combat metrics parse to see 108k or how it's built up. Crystal Web. God damn it, this bird. Die. Just irritating when it keeps flip-flopping in the back. Crystal Weapon, 21k DPS from that skill alone. That's crazy. Then our ultimate, Atronach, 17k DPS. Light attacks, 15k, that's a lot too. Then the Bound Armament skill, it's like the Flying Daggers. Relican, this is from the set, 9k. The Twilight Tormentor, that's the bird, the flying one. I think I just activated it at the start and then never again, and it deals 8k damage. Crazy. Daedric Prey, 6k. Then the Scamp, another 8k. And then we have the enchantments. Yeah, here. They did 6.7k just for having them. You don't need to do more. And also Sundered, Concussion and Overcharge from various skills, which is another 2.5. So you see, there's a lot of free damage and the rotation is really easy. You basically spam Crystal Weapon and you make sure that Daedric Prey stays on the target. that you keep shooting your daggers on bound armaments, and you reactivate the scamp. And when the ultimate is ready, you drop the ultimate. That's pretty much it. There's like, and if that's still too much for you, as long as you spam crystal weapon, you're good to go. Now before I show the Parse, let me show the outfit. It's basically all Meridian motif with frozen blood. Okay, let's check out the Parse.